Now, the big story over the last 2 days has been disturbing. It's a very major test for the Galamsey authorities, including the president. An NDC MP has been thought to be directly involved in protecting Galamseyers. Initially, they said 2 NDC MPs, the honorable gentleman here, the honorable MP for Sutifi North, he is still very much in the saddle. They also explained that the honorable Collins Dowda, my own good friend, was involved somehow. It looks like that is no longer part of the story, but the story is still really unfolding. What has happened here now, though, is that he has engaged with the police and he has even been to court, which civil society commend. I heard Ken Ashigbe saying that it doesn't matter, they should still declare state of emergency, and that's the only way this problem was going to be solved. But let's watch the video of it's a disturbing video, so please, we need to caution you before you look at it. It's at the time that the people arrested somebody, the Galamsey people, they had some guns, etc., etc. It is about this matter that he has been implicated. Let's see the video first. Yeah, so there's the video. The police are sort of arresting some people and forcing them into a car, something like that. I don't know whether you see it clearly. Yes, it's an unprofessional video. It was filmed unprofessionally. Well, it was filmed by a non-professional cameraman. It's not that it was filmed unprofessionally. Sorry about that. It was filmed by a non-professional cameraman. So yeah, but the situation was feisty. You know, look at the way they are sort of struggling, trying to get the alleged criminals into a vehicle. It's not very simple. A whole lot of people over there, and the allegation is that the member of parliament authorized the release of these men. All of these people involved in Galamsey, that's amazing, eh? It's quite serious. Yeah, the guys were actually attacking the military officers and sort of preventing them from seizing the people who were alleged to have committed the crime. It's very, very serious. I mean, Ghana has become very serious. They had the confidence and the boldness to attack military personnel who were trying to arrest, as it were, their people. They didn't want their people to be arrested. So this is a very serious matter. This is the latest on Galamsey. Look at the numbers of people in there. Now, this is a small community. That's the MP is that the MP in my shot? No, sorry, that's not the MP. Look at the number of people in the place, and look at how bold they are. They are not afraid of the guns of the soldiers. It's a very serious matter. Well, the video will start again. Yes. We took the video from TV3, so please excuse those images of the handsome gentleman. Yeah, so we now have to come and look at the press statement. Let's get on with it very quickly. Yeah, all right. Thank you. So we have the press statement here. So the video you saw describes the situation where some people who were thought to be Galamseyers, as it were, committing an offense in illegal mining and mining on water bodies and forest areas. The security go in to arrest them, and the populace in the neighborhood are telling the security that you cannot arrest them. Why are you coming to arrest them? That looks like this scenario. Eventually, it was said that the member of parliament for the area was himself involved in the conversation. So his name is Honorable Ebenezer Kwekuado. He's the member of parliament for Esutifi North constituency. He's a member of the National Democratic Congress, so he's part of the big majority. Now, he has issued a statement that we have to give him the rights of hearing. So we are going to look at the statement. Now, can you go? My touch screen is gone off. Sorry, it's going to come. Yes, here it is. So he says in the statement, press release to the good people of Esutifi North and the general public. He says, I am compelled to address the recent unfortunate incident between some residents of Esutifi South and the military task force deployed on the national assignment NAIMOS. Chronology. Oh, sorry. My touch screen is okay, it's going to come back here. It's here again. So he says, on the 1st of November 2025, whilst en route to a funeral at Acherinsua in the Esutifi South constituency, I inquired from Honorable Collins Dowda, the MP for Esutifi South constituency, whether he was available so we could move together. It goes on. He says, Honorable Collins Dowda indicated that he is currently not in the country, so I could represent him. Upon reaching Fidim, I realized there was tension in the town, so I inquired and was told there was a military operation going on at the gold extraction site. I quickly called back Honorable Collins Dowda to inform him of the development. He asked me to go to the site to enable him speak with the team to ascertain what was going on, because one of the assembly members who he sent wasn't spoken to by the military team. We are not sure what he means here, but I think he's saying that Collins Dowda said that he had sent an assemblyman there and perhaps the military team did not engage with him. Let's move on. He writes further, upon reaching the site with my constituency vice chairman and driver, I introduced myself to the leader and asked that he speaks to the person on the phone. Having arrived at the place, I saw some youth at the site, whilst others gradually massed up. The only advice I could give was for us to move to the police station to officially make a statement and subsequently hand over items and suspects to the police to calm tensions. Upon reaching the police station, it was seen that the major road had been blocked, preventing vehicular movement. Together with the military, regional police crime officer, NIB operatives, Kenyasi police commander, we all remained in the police charge office while statements were being taken. I went further to call in the Zongo chief of UDM to assist us in calming the situation, and he came. Having finalized the handing over of the items to the regional crime officer, the Zongo chief volunteered to pick the military officers into his Toyota Sequoia vehicle because the pickup of the military had been tampered with. What does it mean, tampered with? The Zongo chief is driving the military people? What does that mean? Let's go on. The Toyota vehicle of the Zongo chief had its glasses smashed at the back. By then, I had left to attend other funerals in Trotroso, Jedu, and Wamahiso. I wish to state that under no circumstance will I incite the youth against security officers and any government-planned agenda. As a responsible lawmaker, he says, I offered my support to ensure there is calmness in the area and will always work together with every security agency to maintain law and order. It is quite unfortunate that the police in their stripe, I don't know what he wants to write, failed, and we have not edited this. This is exactly from the statement that we saw. This is exactly from his statement as he puts on the parliamentary, as he has distributed on his letterhead as a member of parliament. We have not edited anything. The word he writes is SITREP. I'm not sure what that's, but I'm wondering, didn't he show the statement to that? Is that not there's a guy called counsel to the minority? Is there not a counsel to the majority, or did he not show it to his leader or something like that? There are quite some unfortunate errors in the statements. Maybe next time there should be a way in which members of parliament put out these statements in a very standardized way. The same way they have a standardized letterhead. I think there should be a standardized way in which members of parliament put out these things. You can't have a member of parliament put out this report, go to all media houses, and then you find these. I mean, I'm not sure it's very, very good. And what's the situation report? Yeah, situation report. Oh, okay. So what is the word? It is quite unfortunate that the police in their situation reports failed. Okay. So that's what is supposed to be here. It is quite unfortunate, he says, that the police in their situation reports failed to acknowledge my contribution towards ensuring that calmness prevail. Okay, so I get the point he's making. He's saying that the police obscured the good work that he did. That's what he's trying to say. That the police obscured the good work that he did, and that therefore general public felt that he was doing something wrong. That's really the point he's making. All right. He said the police failed in their situation reports to acknowledge my contribution towards ensuring that calmness prevail. I urge the public to disregard the false narrative aimed at tarnishing my reputation and undermining my efforts to serve my constituents. Okay, tell lawyer to get ready to update us on what the circuit court offense and what it is, so that we can understand it in a better way. He says, as your member of parliament, I want to assure you that I remain committed to the welfare and safety of the Ghanaian citizens and states and other state institutions. Ebenezer Kwekwado MP. All right, let's do a content analysis of what he's put out. Okay, so one, he says to us that he was going, as we say in Ghana, he was going to his somewhere. He was going to a funeral. And then a funeral in Fidium. And then when he arrived there, he realized there was tension in the town. So he was told that there's a military operation going on at the gold extraction site. So he quickly went to the gold extraction site, but he called Collins Dowda to inform Collins Dowda of the development. Does this suggest that where the thing was happening was in Collins Dowda's constituency? Maybe, because he's Esutifi North, Collins Dowda is Esutifi South, and sometimes the border is just a road. So we can suggest that I think he's trying to surmise that the thing was happening in Collins Dowda's constituency. So he called Collins Dowda, and Collins Dowda said that I'm not in the country. So no, that was before he had spoken to Collins Dowda before he saw the event. So he was going to the funeral, and he suspected that Collins will go for the same funeral. That happens all the time. So he called him and said, "Ofa Collins, are you there? Can we go together?" He says, "Oh, I'm not in town. No, I'm not in town." I says, "Okay, then I'm going to the funeral." So when he saw the confusion, he called Collins and said, "Do you know that there's some problem in your place?" And Collins said, "Oh, yes, I have sent an assemblyman there, but the police didn't talk to him. So go there, and then let me speak to the police on the phone." What have the police done? The police have gone to arrest people. The police are NAIMOS. They are doing their work. They are arresting people who are digging illegal gold and destroying our water bodies and making the name of President Mahama bad and making the name of NDC bad, because NDC said they will solve the problem in 1 week, and they have not been able to solve the problem in 10 months. And so those who are still doing it are making the name of NDC bad. Okay. So he goes there, and Collins says, "Let me speak to somebody." And then according to him, they are all in the charge office. The police vehicle has been damaged. So the Zongo chief offers to take them, the police or the military, into his car. Oh, convoluted matter. We will be asking the lawyer what he has been charged with and what are the ramifications of the charge. He's currently on bail. But let's show the video again. Let's see it's a short video. Let's have a look at it again so that you can get a sense of really what happened. If you're just joining us, this is Good Evening Ghana. It's live. We're still waiting for lawyer Moses Fuamwani. So if you know him, tell him that we're waiting for him here on Good Evening Ghana. Let's look at the video again. Let's look at the video again. Yes, that's the video. And you can see, I'll be reading the police statement as well, but you can see the military here. They are holding down some people and trying to put them into a vehicle. But there appear to be significant resistance from the crowd. The crowd is resisting. There's resistance from the crowd. There it is. The police, the vehicle has been smashed. You can see it in the video. The back windscreen of the vehicle has been completely smashed. Oh, wow, this is serious, isn't it? This is really, really serious. This Galamsey thing is a big deal. I mean, it's unfortunate that we had politicized it, but look at where we are today. And all of these people, the other day, President Mahama said that they don't have jobs or something like that. And yeah, this is serious. This is quite serious. So there they are in the photographs, and wow. Please, they should get the Galamsey video ready, the one that has myself and Senor Jose talking. They should get that video ready. We can show it. So these are some of the still pictures from the place. Let's get the police statement first, and then, okay. So lawyer is here. Let's get back into the studio and continue with the analysis and the content analysis. Okay. Now, let's look at the police statement. Do you have it?
This is the offenses. These are the offenses he's charged with. So
no, where's the police statement?
The police statements can be opened by Neil Saki.
The police statement. Let's get the police statement in. And so we can bring viewers up to speed on what we've told you what he said. Let's now tell you what the police also said.
Compare.
So we can look at it.
Okay, if they can pick the video shortly, so that's.
Okay, let's watch the video again one more time. Yeah. So that's the video on your screens. The so-called Esutifi North problem. All right, the police statement is here now. We can look at the police statement now. Okay, so let's come to the studio. Let's see the police statement. The IGP directs CID headquarters to take over investigations into attack on NAIMOS director and his team at Fidim. Esutifi North MP invited to assist with the investigations. The Inspector General of Police, the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, has directed the Criminal Investigations Department, CID headquarters, to take over investigations into the attack on the Director of Operations of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NAIMOS, and his team by thugs at the Fidim in the Ahafo region. The Member of Parliament for Esutifi North, Honorable Ebenezer Kwekuado, who is alleged to have incited the mob and obstructed the NAIMOS team, has been invited to assist ongoing investigations into the incident. Preliminary investigations has established that on Saturday, 1st November 2025, NAIMOS director and his team intercepted illegal miners operating near Bronichrome in the Ahafo region and arrested some suspects. Exhibits retrieved from them include a side hang bag containing 1 Smith & Wesson pistol, 2 pistol magazines, 21 rounds of 9mm ammunition, an unregistered Range Rover vehicle, an unregistered Toyota RAV4 vehicle, and several mobile phones. While the team were preparing to hand over these suspects to the Tridiem police station, the MP reportedly arrived with a group of men and demanded their release. When his demand was refused, the group forcibly removed the suspect's handcuffs and chased the NAIMOS team from the scene. A mob numbering about 600, allegedly incited by the MP, later besieged the Tridiem police station, demanding the release of the miners and seized vehicles. The crowd vandalized the director's vehicle, damaged parts of the police station, and threatened to set it ablaze. Reinforcement teams from the Ahafo Regional Command were deployed to restore order and prevent further destruction. Calm was eventually restored through the joint efforts of the police, the military, and the Zongo chief of Tridiem, who helped mediate the situation and facilitate the safe evacuation of the NAIMOS team. The chief's vehicle was damaged during the process, but no injuries were reported. The Ghana Police Service strongly condemns the attack and would like to caution against interference with law enforcement operations. A special operation has been launched to identify and arrest perpetrators to face the full rigors of the law. Grace Ansa Akrofi, Deputy Commissioner of Police, is the Director General of Public Affairs. He signed the statement. So there's quite a discord between the police statement and the Honorable Member of Parliament statement. In fact, in his statement, he accuses the police of obscuring his role.
Yes.
What do you make of that?
His role in bringing peace and stability to whatever was happening at the Tridiem,
yes,
in the town of Tridiem. It would seem that the police also has a different view. After all, there are two sides to every coin.
Yeah.
And so the police statement hinges on the fact that he was the one who actually came with persons to demand the release of the individuals who had been arrested.
He says no. He says he only went there so that Collins Dowda could speak to the police people because
the military officers on the site,
because they had ignored the assemblyman.
That's
what he says. That's what he says.
But I mean, yeah. So it depends. The burden on the police will be to substantiate these allegations beyond reasonable doubt, which is the standard of proof in criminal matters.
What has he been? Has he been charged with something?
Yes. So they've done. If we could go to the Section 204 file, I had opened it before this. So there have been provisional charges laid against him. So conspiracy to harm a public officer, conspiracy to, and in fact, he's also been given a 150,000 CD bail, and he's also banned from traveling outside Greater Accra region, save with the approval from police. And this is allowed. The rationale behind that is bail is simply the court or the police telling you that we are going to let you go. Ordinarily, you are supposed to be in our custody, but we are going to let you go subject to you performing these stipulated requirements. In this instance, before he goes out of Accra, he's supposed to seek police permission.
Is it because they don't want him to go back to the constituency to interfere with the investigations?
Not necessarily so, but that's the general practice. And the rationale is that police officers or the police operates in
but he doesn't live in Accra. He only works in Accra. He's a member of parliament for Sutifi South or North. That's his abode. He's in Accra to attend parliament. If parliament goes off, he goes back there.
Yeah, but if he has a place of residence in Accra and it can be substantiated, or it can be shown, demonstrated that he spent a reasonable amount of time in Accra, then the police in Accra may also assume for the purpose of, and moreover, this is the CID. IGP Christian Tete Yohonu directed the CID headquarters to commence investigation. So I think this docket has been given to them for the purpose of commencing investigation or investigating this issue.
Okay, let's come to the charges. What are they looking at?
Conspiracy to assault a public officer, actual assault on a public officer, conspiracy to cause unlawful damage, causing unlawful damage and rioting with weapons. And so these are offences that if proven,
he's being charged with himself routing with weapons.
Yes.
But the story doesn't say anything about he routing.
Exactly. As I said, these are provisional charges. I really am not in the shoes of the prosecutor, so I cannot tell.
Okay.
But these are provisional charges, and it also hinges on what eyewitnesses may have told the police provisionally.
Okay.
Because once you put someone before the courts, the person must be put before the courts for a reason. You must tell the courts that we are bringing this person here on suspicion of murder. You may not have charged him yet, but I say on suspicion of murder.
In this case, has he been charged?
He's been charged provisionally.
There's something called provisional charge.
Yes. So
different from real charge.
Well, it's also
what is the role of provisional charge in the
It's also
procedure?
a charge, but the reason they do that is most likely investigations have not concluded yet. Ordinarily, investigations are supposed to conclude. A report is supposed to be produced. The docket is supposed to be forwarded from the police to whether it's the Attorney General, Iyoko, or the prosecutor dealing with the matter, and then prosecution commences. But in certain instances, more particularly so when what the matter may be of interest, and when really we do not really have to go and fish. It's not that we're going to find whether or not it's not a murder case that someone ran away. We are going to take fingerprints and then test and see. These are issues where on the surface, maybe they were able to procure eyewitness testimony, they were able to procure the opinions of persons on ground. And so based on that, they have a reasonable cause to believe that indeed these charges can succeed. And so they will do this. However, you have to remember that the standard of proof is beyond reasonable doubt. So you cannot just charge the person and then progress. They would have to go back and do their homework well, so that as the trial is, the matter is progressing, they will be able to show the courts that indeed, beyond reasonable doubt, the accused person.
So he has showed up in court, from what you're telling me.
Yes, that is so. He showed up. He went to the police.
Why is the court in Accra?
The court is in Accra.
Yeah, but the place where the offense occurred.
For purposes.
Does it not raise jurisdictional issues?
No, for purposes. So these things happen several times. For purposes of expedience, the dockets, they may write and request for the dockets to be transferred. It can be for safety reasons. It can be so. For instance, the trial concerning the murder of the Iana ordinarily should have taken place.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. It was in Accra.
But it was in Accra. At that time, court complex had not been built, so it was at the
I remember that
Supreme Court's place. Exactly. But the offense didn't really happen here.
Mm-hmm.
So those things, for administrative purposes, if you suspect you cannot assure the safety, maybe somebody may be there who doesn't like what he did, would come after him, or so to play it safe. It's better.
So the jurisdictional issues have not been offended. It's part of the procedure.
It's part of the administrative processes.
Okay.
And so as it stands now, this is what he's being charged under. These are the offenses. So Section 205 of Act 29 provides that anybody who assaults a public officer, more particularly so in the process of performing their lawful duties, commits a misdemeanor, which is maximum of 3 years in prison. And so if it's found guilty, he would be convicted on that charge. The other offense includes Section 172(1)(a) of Act 29, which talks about causing unlawful damage. For this, causing unlawful damage is a bit tricky because the gravity of the offense hinges or relies on the extent of the damage caused. So, for instance, if the damage caused exceeds 1 million Ghana cedis or has no pecuniary value, the offense is classified as does not exceed 1 million cedis or has no pecuniary. When we say has no pecuniary value, it has no value. It has no value. It's not something you can purchase with money.
Okay.
Exactly. The offense is classified as a misdemeanor. If it exceeds 1 million, it is considered a second-degree felony. And if it is caused in a way that is likely to endanger life, it becomes a first-degree felony. So it would mean that, as of now, the police would have to go back to the drawing board and then assess the damage that was caused to see where they can fit. So generally, to be called causing damage, reason it is preliminarily, or these charges, and then they would go back, do their homework, and then see where they can fit. It's maybe
what
more
is
than
the
1
state
million.
of affairs? The people who were arrested, where are they now? Do you know?
The Galamseyers, for that we have no notice of it as to whether indeed when they were set free they were rearrested. But it would seem that the story immediately that in fact what happened was the military they were on their way moving from one town. They had nothing to do with. They didn't really go specifically to apprehend those people. It was when they were in transit that they saw persons engaging in Galamsey. And now, as you know, people engage in Galamsey by highways, in the hinterland. So it was upon seeing that I'm sure they got angry, got down from their vehicles and apprehended them. And so it became a back and forth. So I'm sure some calls were made And that was why when the MP called Honorable Collins Dowda, he mentioned that, he had already even sent somebody there whom the military refused to speak to. Yeah. And so subsequent, the MP claims or says that they came with the military officers and those that were apprehended to the Hridian police station. And it is at the Hridian police station that the specific acts occurred. So the police is alleging that he incited the crowd. He is alleging that he came there to more or less try and water down, tempers. Because after all, he's an MP. An MP is a leader.
But why is it that when Galamseyers are arrested, they are calling an MP? Is there a relationship? What's the point?
Or maybe the Galamseyer has a friend who is an MP. It doesn't mean the MP is implicated.
I get that, but why is the MP always the first person they call?
Oh, that's MP. The MP is there for the people. He exists for the people. He's voted for the people. And see, the thing is, the MP is the first point of call because he's the one who comes to campaign. He's the one who comes to the funerals. He's the one who comes to the wedding. So he's the point of power that is easily accessible.
But did the MP tell them to go and do Galamsey?
I don't think so. He seems like a decent man. I don't think he told them to do Galamsey. But they're in trouble anyway. It's like when you cross a red light and the police catch you and then you start calling. I remember one time I was sleeping at 1 a.m. I received a call. My friend has crossed red lights at Burma. I didn't send you to cross red lights. But these things, you are in trouble. It's human. I don't think
I think there's going to be political football played heavily with this one. But anyway, so what should we expect next?
So next will be the investigation. His plea has not been taken yet, though. So they would continue investigation. He would come back to court, and then now the court would read the charges to him. They would tell him that you, so and so, on this day, in so and so, within the jurisdiction of this court, did conspire to cause damage, contrary to section whatever. He will say not guilty, most likely. I don't think he will say he's guilty.
Yeah. So the trial will proceed.
If everything proceeds and it gets to its logical conclusion, and the court finds him guilty of the offense for a misdemeanor 3 years, this I cannot, causing unlawful damage, I cannot tell yet, because we are yet to see the extent of the damage.
But if he's found guilty, what happens to his seat in Parliament?
So, the Constitution in Article 94 provides for certain qualifications for an individual to be an MP. Now, if you read 97 gives the grounds on which an individual may lose his seat. And the 97 says that you may lose your seat if you fail to qualify under 94. Now, under 94, it also says that an individual who has been convicted for an offense which punishment exceeds 10 years, that's one, or an individual who has been engaged in any offense that affects or directly affects the security of the state. So now this is where...
So it's not just a simple conviction?
A conviction, yes.
It's not a simple conviction of, say, 6 months? That doesn't take you out of Parliament?
Take you out. So it says, but the caveat here is because this concerns an attack on the military, this in another jurisdiction would have been very serious. Because this more or less, these are national security operatives. This is the military. That it is alleged that he indeed, conspired.
I'm just saying that you could have gone, as a member of Parliament, you can fall foul of the law of something that takes you into jail for 3 months.
For 3 months, 6 months.
And you still keep your seat.
Yes. However, we
that
also
means
have to
you go serve the term and come back.
We have to look at the specific offense, because offenses that concern convictions that concern offenses that involve dishonesty and things, you would still, in any case, lose your seat. So it's not a hard and fast rule.
Okay.
That's why I was saying that. In addition to that, we can also look at.
So those who are talking about a by-election, etc., it's a long shot away.
It's a long shot at this
But
stage.
can this kind of trial at circuit court, can it complete before the next election?
Oh yes, trials can get complete within 1 year, 2 years. It depends on.
But he will have the right.
Several
He will have the right to appeal this circuit court. So appeal to the High Court of Appeals.
This is a criminal matter, so he can appeal from circuit to High, because the procedures.
Yes, and then from High he can continue.
Court of Appeal and leave. But as I said, showing that he conspired
it's going to be difficult.
Is the problem. Because if indeed.
But is conspiracy the main charge?
No, yes,
Section 205 about conspiracy.
It is hinged on the conspiracy. That is the planning to actually go and set them free, and then actually inciting the people to go. All those things are things you have to prove. So it's not just about the unlawful damage. The damage may have been caused by someone else.
Okay.
He may not have taken a stick to break glass or to destroy things at the police station, but it is showing that he was the mind behind it. That is where the problem may come.
It also shows, outside the legal conversation, it also shows that this Galamsey thing appears to be popular.
Oh, but yes, but that's the problem.
Among so many people.
That's the problem.
And they don't care whether they are damaging your food several thousands of miles away.
No, it's not that
Whether they are damaging your water, they don't care.
It's not that they don't care per se, but their
livelihood is more important.
Yes, and the effects of it has not been really made apparent. There's something called shock therapy, right? So if someone is gaining weight at a certain rate, you show the person that this is what is going to happen to you in 6 months if you don't lose the weight. It's shock therapy. They may not have had the potential, they may not have had the opportunity to see people with kidney failure, people who are just like them, who live in their hometown with kidney failures. They've not had the opportunity to maybe see children born with, extra limbs, because those things are specific to families. You went to get pregnant. I am the Galamseyer. I haven't seen your child. So there are several things that go on. And I learned...
But that means NAIMOS is going to have a real difficult task.
Yeah, more particularly so
if they are not getting support from the local community.
Yes, and really, I don't think we should really be harsh on on President Mahama. Yes, I mean for political purposes, yes, but it really goes deeper than that, because it is. I even learned.
You are saying that President Mahama can come and go, and Galamsey will still be there.
Yeah, and that was why I would that maybe we could have a national center. We could procure drones. Fully automated, high command. It's the military high command that has control over the drones. You can get 100. They fly around the country. They look at designated zones where mining is not supposed to take place. They see mining there, and then they destroy whatever. The drones just shoot down, because
that's probably the only way. So you're doing Galamsey, the drone will kill you.
Because the way things are going. Because at the end of the day, people are making.
That's interesting. Let's
some are saying some people make 2,000 cedis a week. I am in the village, even in Accra, if I'm making 2,000 cedis a week, and
that's 8,000.
Governments are going to say I should stop, I won't stop. I'm not saying it's good, but
get ready the video that we did on Galamsey. But let's hear what people are saying. This is a very interesting story.